Hey members, it's Fletch, your Northeast Regional Director at NENA, with your Fall 2023 Update Report. Now remember to get your cameras ready, because during many of the stories in this report, we'll be displaying QR codes that'll link directly to the content. Now you're going to want to point your camera at the screen and capture that QR code to bring you directly to the content. First up is the Pulse of 911 Survey and Report. This summer on July 25th, NENA and its survey partner Carbine announced the groundbreaking findings of the inaugural Pulse of 911 State of the Industry Survey. This first-of-its-kind survey unveils compelling insights into the critical challenges faced by America's 911 professionals. The study, capturing the perspective of 911 directors, managers, supervisors, and dispatchers, paints a picture of an industry under immense pressure. It reveals a seasoned, overstressed workforce grappling with surging call volumes, complex compounded emergencies, outdated technologies, and insufficient support. You can read the report at nena.org/pulse. Next up, membership and member benefits. NENA is now entering the 2024 dues year with more than 20,000 members. We look forward to a great year with this vibrant community of 911 professionals, and the 2024 membership renewal season kicked off on October 1st, 2023. Be sure you watch your inbox for your renewal notice early October. And when you renew, don't forget to make sure your profile and contact information is current. That way you won't miss any communications from NENA. Now, if you or your agency couldn't take advantage of a group membership before, now is a great time to share the extensive and exclusive benefits of membership with more of your staff. Group memberships allow you to save on the cost of membership, get more people involved, and provide exclusive benefits not available anywhere else. Check out the QR code and learn more at nena.org/groups. And don't forget, NENA offers a reduced membership rate to members who have retired from the workforce. Retired members are invited to stay connected with the 911 community and the profession by continuing to lend their experience and expertise to ongoing leadership, volunteer, and networking opportunities. And you can learn more at nena.org/retired. NENA is proud to announce the launch of their new transformative empowerment and mentoring program called TEAM. This 6-month-long program is yet another way that NENA will help empower future leaders of the 911 community and allow them to achieve personal and professional growth. TEAM program participants will receive personalized guidance, support, and inspiration by fostering meaningful, transformative connections centered around growth, diversity, and respect. Learn more and sign up to be either a mentor or a mentee in the first cohort beginning this fall. Check it out at nena.org/team or scan the QR code shown here. Next time you're crawling the web, be sure to check out the redesigned nena.org that launched in June. The new redesigned site features a new homepage layout, easier to navigate menus, and a completely new standards page that'll help you find the information that you need faster than ever before. And remember, NENA's online member communities are a great way to get info, share opinions, and engage with your NENA colleagues. These member communities share the great features that you know and love from personal social networking sites with the added benefits you need to grow and expand your professional network. Build strong connections with your peers and use interactive features like news feeds, groups, forums, blogs, and much more. All accessed easily by logging into your member account at nena.org. And don't worry if you need help with your login credentials, just send an email to reception@nena.org. We'll be glad to help you out. Remember to start today by joining some of our community groups by clicking the Join Group in the upper right-hand corner of each group page. You can get involved in PSAP leadership, wellness, policy wonks, women in 911, young professionals, and CMCPs. As a NENA member, you're automatically part of several groups, like the NENA Members Group, your local chapter group, your region group, and the ENP group, the telecommunicator group, and the private sector group, if applicable. Need help getting started? Just check out the QR code or visit nena.org/tutorials. There you can learn more about our online communities and how to use them, as well as all their features. Next up, awards and scholarships. The application window for NENA's Diversity in 911 Leadership Scholarship opens soon. These scholarships increase the number of diverse participants in NENA's 3 flagship education offerings: the Center Manager Certification Program, Center Supervisor Program, and Center Training Officer Program. Be sure to watch for an announcement in the NENA Dispatch member newsletter. This year we offered 4 Women in 911 scholarships for the annual conference and gave out more Gold Line Telecommunicator continuing education scholarships than ever before. We look forward to expanding these programs and introducing new ones in 2024. Be sure to watch the NENA Dispatch member newsletter for scholarship opportunities as they become available. Next up, staffing resources. Earlier this year, NENA announced the launch of new workforce recruitment resources to help 911 centers attract talent to the emergency communications profession and address the 911 staffing crisis. The 4 video PSAs that are available for free for any 911 center or 911 authority promote the rewarding and meaningful jobs available in the emergency communications field. They can be used in recruiting and hiring efforts to reach candidates and educate them about the benefits of a career in 911. You can view and download the videos at vimeo.com/NENA911 or check out the QR code shown here. Next up, education and training. NENA has selected a new learning management system provider to allow for the expansion of NENA's online course catalog. Be sure to watch out as we get ready to launch this new educational tool later in 2023. NENA's on-demand 40-hour training class for new dispatchers, titled Telecommunicator Core Competencies, provides the essential and foundational training that 911 professionals need to deliver effective and efficient 911 service to the public. The curriculum, built to meet and exceed the recommended minimum training guidelines issued by the National 911 Program, provides best-in-class practical knowledge and skills in the areas required daily in the 911 center and under the headset. These include call handling and processing for all emergency types, using emergency management systems and databases, quality assurance and quality improvement, customer service, critical thinking, PSAP technology basics, radio systems, legal concepts, interpersonal communications, health and wellness, and more. Upon completion of this course, students are equipped to excel in their jobs and are prepared to begin a long and successful career in 911. The program was launched in early 2021 and has received rave reviews. Learn more at nena.org/TCC. Navigating Adversity. NENA's Navigating Adversity online training course puts you in the driver's seat of your professional and personal well-being. By tactically pairing the most common adversities you'll face throughout your career with the dimensions of human health and well-being proven to overcome each, this is the only validated whole life wellness training course that delivers true resilience as the outcome. Created by a crisis intervention psychologist, Navigating Adversity has been validated and peer-reviewed at the highest academic levels. Over the course of 8 weeks, you'll be given evidence-based tools that you can apply to your daily routines and immediately begin living your best life. Learn more at nena.org/navigating adversity or check out the QR code listed here. Did you know that NENA members can access a library of our on-demand webinars all for free? These hour-long webinars cover the hottest issues in 911, help you stay in front of the industry's latest developments, and provide practical takeaways that everyone in the center can view. Check out the available webinars at nena.org/on-demand webinars. And remember, NENA members have access to every Webinar Wednesday offering throughout the year for free. Be sure to take advantage of this member benefit worth over $450. Get the team together on the last Wednesday of each month, except June, November, and December, for these hour-long webinars covering the hottest issues in 911. Just watch your email box for the member newsletter for webinar announcements. We're seeing continued growth and excitement about the Excellence in Dispatch Certificate for telecommunicators. The certificate goes beyond the basics of what is learned in your entry training programs to deliver knowledge, tools, and resources dispatchers need to become those star performers. Students must complete at least 3 of the 5 courses that are identified within 2 years to earn the certificate. 4 of the 5 courses are available in the instructor-led online format. For more information, visit nena.org/EID or check out the QR code shown here. Last year, NENA launched the Partner in Education Recognition Program called PEER. This program honors PSAPs with an exceptional dedication to education. 4 agencies now have this honored recognition, and to receive your PEER certificate, an agency must demonstrate a commitment to improving the knowledge, skills, and abilities of all employees, from new hires to center leadership, through continuous and ongoing professional development activities. Check it out at nena.org/PEER to learn more. Next up, ENP certification. If you're ready to take the next step in your career and you've satisfied the eligibility requirements, start planning now to earn your ENP certification in 2024. You can get a leg up in your preparation by ordering the ENP Reference Manual version 6.1 and by participating in one of our many study groups. There are also new video podcast series about becoming an ENP, all on our YouTube page, available at youtube.com/911NENA 911. Be sure to check it out at the QR code shown here or visit nena.org/ENP. Now for a little association business. The new NENA Board of Directors was sworn in at the NENA 2023 Conference and Expo in Grapevine, Texas. At the conference, the new board president, Charlie Cullen, announced his priorities for the year. They are moving next generation 911 forward, seeing telecommunicators reclassification as a protected service occupation, and helping everyone in our community improve their wellness and resiliency. 2 new board members were added, Leanne Magoski as second vice president and Mark Fletcher as the Northeastern Director, as elected by the membership this spring, and were also sworn in at NENA 2023. The NENA Board has reauthorized the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Special Committee and plans a bylaws amendment to make it a standing committee. Through October 1st, NENA is accepting board nominations for the positions of Second Vice President, Southeastern Region Director, Western Region Director, and Private Sector Director. Thank you, 911. The Telecommunicator Tree of Life, a collaboration between NENA, the NG911 Institute, NASNA, and the Department of Defense, the National 911 Program, and APCO, is a great way to honor and celebrate the individuals who serve each day. You can go to 911treeoflife.org and share an inspiring story that recognizes a telecommunicator you know who's gone above and beyond for national recognition. The PSAP, Registry, and Census. Have you ever had a call from someone who's reaching out on behalf of a loved one who needs help? What do you do when the person needing help isn't in your jurisdiction? How do you quickly determine who the right PSAP is and then transfer the call? Well, NENA has a powerful tool that can assist you with this problem, and it's free for PSAP users. The Enhanced PSAP Registry and Census, EPRC, is a map-centric database tool designed specifically for PSAP call takers facing unusual call transfer situations. The EPRC portal is extremely simple to use. We recommend all PSAP personnel with call-taking responsibilities have access. If you'd like to obtain access, simply visit nena.org/EPRC and sign up. We also ask that every PSAP, both primary and secondary, review the accuracy of their agency's data, including their jurisdictional service area and boundaries. Corrections can be submitted via the EPRC online portal through the Submit Record Update to NENA feature, or by emailing 911EPRC@nena.org. If you have any questions on the EPRC, just contact April Heinze at NENA. In Q1 of 2023, NENA began a project to improve EPRC data accuracy in an effort to ensure the EPRC remains the best possible resource for improving call transfers and access to 911 on behalf of others. This work is broad, intensive, and will continue for the life of the EPRC, consisting of regular outreach to PSAPs to verify their data and encourage their participation to keep their data up to date. As of September 2023, 20% of PSAPs within the EPRC have updated, and on average, the EPRC has accessed approximately 3,000 times per week, and the program's increased by over 3,000 users since April of this year. And stay tuned for some exciting changes that are coming soon to the EPRC. In Q3, we'll launch EPRC 2.0. The new release will update the online portal, enhancing the user experience. We'll be adding features that will allow self-service administration. And this feature will allow agency admins to approve or delete new users and reset passwords. Additional features will include a submit error button, restricted views for non-PSAP users, new map layers, and area code inquiries. Next up, wellness initiatives. There's current work underway on a document that will assist the 911 community in engaging with mental health providers. The work group is creating a document to help develop and strengthen relationships between PSAPs and mental health service providers. The document will have a two-pronged approach. The first will provide agencies with information to ensure that when they establish EAPs, they're identifying and selecting the most appropriate resources. The second will focus on engaging the external mental health provider community and provide guidance on the unique stressors faced by 911 professionals. The document's nearing completion and will be available for comments in the coming weeks. NENA has the NENA Continuum web portal as an essential stress and mental health resource. This is a repository for all things 911 wellness. And we have a team of subject matter experts working to ensure that the NENA website provides the tools and resources NENA members need to stay healthy physically, mentally, and organizationally. Learn more at nena.org/continuum or check out the QR code shown here. Next up, legislative priorities and government affairs. The fight for NG 911 funding continues. A NENA-backed bill, H.R. 3565, the Spectrum Reauthorization Act of 2023, would help fund the transition to NG 911 by providing up to $14.8 billion from FCC Airwaves auctions. The bill was unanimously approved by the House Energy and Commerce Committee. Originally, House Committee staff were hopeful that the bill would get a vote by the full House before the August recess. However, other legislative priorities have created a backlog and Congress missed that deadline. And for now, we don't foresee any action on FCC reauthorization or NG 911 funding until the federal budget is set for fiscal year 2024. Despite that, it's still critical for all NENA members and friends to contact their representatives in Congress and urge them to vote in favor of H.R. 3565. The Senate, meantime, is awaiting a report from the Department of Defense on spectrum allocation, and that's due on September 30th. And the likelihood of any action prior to that date is minimal. And like the House, NENA doesn't expect any movement on the FCC reauthorization or NG 911 funding until after the budget debate is complete. You can visit nena.org/voter voice to take action and help ensure the passage of legislation that would fund the NG 911 transition. On 911 telecommunicators reclassification, Representative Torres, Democrat from California, has sent out a Dear Colleague letter to the full House asking their members to join her in co-sponsoring the 911 Saves Act. Currently, Representative Brian Fitzpatrick, representative from Pennsylvania, is her Republican counterpart, and in the Senate, NENA has been in discussions with Senator Klobuchar and others about a reintroduction in that chamber. NENA is engaged in the FCC's Notice of Proposed Rulemaking, PS Docket 21-479, facilitating implementation of Next Generation 911 Services, NG 911. The proposed rules will introduce requirements for wireline, VoIP, and relay service providers to adopt NG 911 calls within 6 to 12 months of request by a 911 jurisdiction having authority. These proposed rules would bring requirements for NG911 support to be in line with similar proposed rules requiring cellular carriers to support NG911 under a consistent framework. NENA submitted a comment that supported this NPRM and called on the FCC to specify the I3 or standards-based rules for interoperability. NENA also submitted a comment on a NPRM by the Department of Transportation regarding railroad safety. The DOT was updating rules regarding hazardous materials and notifications for railroads. Specifically, the NPRM would mandate that railroads keep an electronic copy of all hazardous materials on their rail cars and to transmit that data to local emergency responders. NENA filed a comment emphasizing that 911 should be part of that conversation and that the transmission of that data should not be an app notification, as was suggested in the NPRM. Next, on to 988. Last year, 988 went live as the new national 3-digit number for individuals experiencing a mental health crisis. It's important to note that the FCC only required that dialing 988 would forward calls to the 10-digit National Suicide Prevention Lifeline and Veterans Crisis Line. Answering crisis hotline calls are nothing new to 911. NENA's Suicide Crisis Line Interoperability Standard, version 2, was updated and released on March 4th of 2022. This standard assists PSAPs in working collaboratively with crisis lines to help ensure that persons at imminent risk of harm receive the emergency assistance they need and provides information about crisis line processes. As 988 evolves, there are many things that PSAPs and 988 will need to work together on to accomplish. That's why NENA has established the 911-988 Interactions Workgroup that will expand upon the Suicide Crisis Line Interoperability Standards work. The new standard will address uniform best practices to stakeholders in the ECC environment and the new 988 system, and begin to address each entity's role and responsibility, the processes, and training needed to properly handle callers with mental health crisis. Version 1 of the standard is complete and public comment is open until October 9th. It's anticipated that the standard will be released later this year. New pipeline rules affecting PSAPs. A recent rule change that affects pipeline operators will also affect PSAPs across the United States. Beginning on October 5th, 2022, all pipeline operators in the U.S. must notify PSAPs immediately upon notification of a potential rupture. The rule includes more than 450,000 additional miles, previously not covered by rules, of pipeline throughout the U.S., and it requires a notification of 3 potential rupture types. A notification of a potential rupture is an observation of any unanticipated or unexplained pressure loss outside of the pipeline's normal operating pressure. Rapid release of a large volume of commodity, such as natural gas or hazardous liquid, or fire or explosion in the immediate vicinity. PSAPs and ECCs will receive a call from a pipeline operator for situations that may not include a dispatchable location. They'll call the PSAP at the same time they're sending a technician to check the potential problem to determine the actual location and if a problem truly exists. Many pipeline segments span an extensive area that could cross multiple PSAP and fire department boundaries. Based on recent discussions with pipeline operators, they'll call the PSAP to fulfill the rule requirements to place them on standby for a potential problem. Since PSAPs are not accustomed to intaking information and doing nothing with it, we encourage you to work with your local fire departments to develop local policy regarding how to handle these calls. Please see April Heinze's article in issue 44 of The Call magazine for further information. Next-Gen 911 standards and resources are up next. Work on the I3 standard for Next Generation 911 is ongoing. Version 3.1 includes a number of backwards compatible enhancements building upon version 3 of the standard and will be included in future version 4 of the standard as well. I3 is always under continuous maintenance and work on version 4 began the day work on version 3 was completed. If you're interested in contributing, anyone can join the NENA work groups at any time regardless of your skill set. The Next Generation 911 Interoperability Task Force continues to make progress, and the third Task Force Summit was held in June at the NENA Annual Conference with key stakeholders including over 50 public and private sector experts and the U.S. government. The Task Force 3 committees, Technical, Finance, and Governance, are building a model for a conformance testing and certification program for NG911 where products and services can be certified to conform with NENA standards. The Task Force is expecting to publish its governance model in the coming months, and the next face-to-face meeting will be held in Washington, D.C. on February 29th. More information is available at ng911interop.org, or you can scan the QR code listed here. NENA is preparing an NG911 textbook for 2023. The textbook is designed to provide a comprehensive description of how NG911 works, including relevant standards at a technical level that is accessible to a general audience. NENA expects this to be extremely helpful to decision makers like state and county officials who want to understand NG911 but are not dedicated technical specialists that can devote time to read the vast library of standards that comprise NG911. We expect to unveil this book in spring of 2024. Next up are document updates recently published are the GIS Data Stewardship version 2, reaffirmation of protocol for handling calls regarding human trafficking information document, reaffirmation of the drills and exercises information document, the NENA standard for the conveyance of EIDOs in NG911, the NENA standard for NG911 GIS data model, GIS data model templates, and NG911 call processing metrics standard. Currently in public review 3, Civic Location Data Exchange Format CLDXF version 2. Currently in public review, Security for Next Generation 911 Standard, GIS Data Transition, 911-988 Interactions, PSAP RR Interaction version 3. Currently in all committee review, NDG Organization Structure and Operational Procedures. And other standards expected to be completed by NENA this year include NG911 PSAP standards, NENA standard for the conveyance of EIDOs in NG911 version 2, and NENA NG911 management considerations for emergency incident data objects or EIDOs interoperability, NENA spoofing mitigation information document version 3, and there are another 36 documents currently being developed by NENA working groups. Getting involved. NENA has 11 committees with the combining of data management and data structures committees into one committee, called the Data Structure and Management Committee, and 36 working groups dedicated to the development of the standards, information, and requirements documents that are the heart of NENA's mission to empowering its members and the 911 community to provide the best possible emergency response. By staying abreast of new and emerging technologies and best practices, NENA's committees and working groups develop standards for 911 technology and operations to ensure 911 is prepared to meet the needs of anyone requesting emergency assistance. NENA's success as an SDO, or Standards Development Organization, is attributed to the people who volunteer their time and expertise in our working groups. Anyone is qualified to join any of NENA's working groups, and you do not need to be a NENA member to contribute. You can find the current calls for volunteers in your member newsletter or visit nena.org/volunteer to search for working groups seeking participants. Next up is an NG911 Interoperability Oversight Commission, or NIOC, update. The NG911 PSAP Credentialing Agency, or PCA, has entered production and as of July 12, 2023, has its first subscriber. This is a core cybersecurity function specific in i3 and is the root of the public key infrastructure that secures NG911 and allows networks to interoperate securely. The certificate policy for the PCA was finished in November of 2020, and the validation policy was approved in February 2022. Recent updates to the certificate policy and its companion certificate practice statement were approved by the NIOC in February 2023. The The PCA root certificate was issued on April 27, 2023, and the first PCA subscriber, Fairfax County, Virginia, in conjunction with Atos Public Safety, was approved by the NIOC on July 12, 2023. The NG911 Forest Guide will enter production within the next few months. This is an element created in Internet Engineering Task Force standards and incorporated into the i3 standards for next generation 911. The Forest Guide allows location-based routing between disparate NG911 systems to interoperate. The NIOC has an approved, sustainable, and revenue-neutral business model that encompasses both the PCA and the Forest Guide. Implementation of the Forest Guide is underway, and the Forest Guide will be ready for production for use within the next few months. Information about integrating into the PCA and with the Forest Guide is available at ng911loc.org/library. You can also contact admin@ng911loc.org. That wraps up this fall 2024 update on NENA standards and activities. Be sure to visit NENA.org on a regular basis for all the latest announcements and information. This is Fletch, Northeastern Region Director at NENA. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time with the Spring Update. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for what you do.